Wow. I was literally going to do a reaction video to another clip from Jimmy Kimmel, and I caught this article a couple hours ago. And now he's being pulled from air over Charlie Kirk comments. Now, you're going to see the left get very upset and label Republicans as fascists, Nazis, the same old rhetoric. And here's the funny part: when it came to cancel culture, because they're trying to use that argument, it's not the same thing. This is accountability culture. And I'm glad we're seeing this being take place to bigger media heads because you're sending a strong message to people out there if they want to toe the line of let's make fun of Republicans, let's have a viewpoint where, well, Trump is not really sympathetic towards Charlie Kirk because they played a clip about I'm good and taking it out of context. You acting like he never grieved behind the scenes, maybe didn't want to display that to the media. Now they're getting what they deserve, in my opinion, because again, you can't just celebrate someone's death. It's sickening, it's disgusting. So even Jimmy Kimmel is being pulled from the air. And that is sending a strong message to everyone out there that if you want to make a joke about death, if you want to criticize the president and how he responded, it's not going to end very well. And here's what he had to say. I'll play the clip in a moment. He says here, because he talked about the Monday monologue, and Kimmel took a jab at Trump for a clipping where the president was asked how he was holding up after Kirk's assassination. And he said, I think very good. And he before they changed the subject to construction. He's allowed to do that. And then he goes on to say here, he's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. And he says, this is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish. Very inappropriate and very disgusting stuff. Now, I want to play the clip of what Mr. Jimmy Kimmel said and give you more of my thoughts. Let me pull it up for you guys. All right, let's play the clip here.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
If you did your homework, the media and actually the evidence is saying that he had a relationship with I believe it was a transgender, and he was moving towards leftist views. And what people don't realize is you can live in a household with different political views. One can vote Republican, another one can vote Democrat. So if his views change, that's how life works. Like people go from different religions. They are once Christians and they go to be a Muslim or they go to be an atheist. They go on a journey and change their viewpoints. Your views change over time with certain things on convictions and things you once were strong about. Now you're not so strong about anymore. And people are saying, oh, well, he lived in a Republican household. Okay. His views changed. And people are like, oh, well, you know what? They're trying to act like he wasn't part of MAGA. So a guy who voted Trump decided to go shoot somebody who supports Trump. Make it make sense because it just doesn't.
Between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can.
It's sad it got criticism. That's just disgusting. Why are people upset because they want to honor Charlie Kirk? And if there was a big political figure got assassinated, whether on the right or the left, should honor them, because if they made an impact on people's lives, why not act that way? I think it was noble and it was fine. But of course, when it comes to the left, when you do something they don't like, they go nuts. The extreme left. I don't think everybody on the Democratic side is extreme because you have people who are very moderate. But I do believe they have become very extreme in their party because you see it from their leaders and the rhetoric they talk about. They need to get back to a point where they can have civil discussions and have regular dialogue, because if they keep this up, they're going to keep losing elections because you're seeing all the pushback here in culture.
See how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
It's amazing the Trump deranged syndrome I see day in and day out for people. They're so obsessed with this man. It's absolutely nuts. And I'm like, you don't even know this guy personally. I don't know him personally. Do I agree with everything Trump says? No, but I don't wake up every day wondering what this man's going to tweet about or what he says on True Social or what he says to the press. Like, I have a life to live. And if I hear something going on, I'm like, okay, no big deal to me. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to be productive and just enjoy my family and live my life. So I just always wonder, what are people going to be doing with their time when Trump is no longer president? Are they going to follow him everywhere afterwards? Like, oh, look what Trump had to say today. It's just crazy. You see it from the mainstream media. They're constantly talking about him. They have these clips of what he says. They don't give you the exact context of what was said, and they gaslight folks. So if people want to tell me that Charlie Kirk was racist, do you have an entire clip, not a short clip, an entire message of what he had to say? Because I don't see that on the internet right now. People just making up things as they go. Love to hear your thoughts about the situation with Jimmy Kimmel being pulled off the air. Do you agree or disagree with that decision? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.